is presented by Samuel Adams. Savor the flavor responsibly.
Did I make it? Did I make it?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, good.
Well, I like that sweater, I think, but it looks like a robe.
Oh, that's the whole point.
Okay. You look like a dad on Christmas morning. You're like, what's
Welcome
up?
to Highly Questionable. I'm Dan Levitard. That's Katie Nolan, and he does look like a dad on Christmas morning.
He does.
Not someone who had to get prepared for television, someone who just woke up with a smell of eggs.
I mean, I am a dad. I did just have an egg sandwich. It's up to you guys to give me Christmas morning.
Carson Wentz and the Eagles came back from 11 down to beat the Giants last night. But will you remember anything other than Danny Dimes falling on his face?
Okay, it's impressive, right, to be down 21-10 with 5 minutes left and to come back and win that game. But I want to make fun of the Giants. The Giants since 2017 are 5-16 in the NFC East. They are 8-26, 8-26 in non-division games, worst in the sport. But instead of telling you that, how about I show you how awful they are with a memorably historic laughing stock of a play. We did not know he was this kind of fast.
No, we didn't.
Not this kind of fast. Not pull away from a secondary fast.
Pull away from your own feet.
Yeah, and there it is.
Oh, man.
And that's just panic and terror, and no one was near him.
Amazing.
Number 31 had quit on the play. That's the only thing to talk about from last night. Not that the Eagles now are on top of that division with a tie against Cincinnati helping them.
I'm glad you said that because that is exclusively what I want to talk about. Daniel Jones, who, like you said, we didn't know was that fast, which is just another way of saying the thing we always say, which is that he's sneaky fast. He reached 21.23 miles per hour on that run. Now, that may sound slow because that's like school zone speed limit, but you're in a car. That's a person. We did not
No, he would have
know.
been ticketed. Daniel Jones would have been
Yes!
ticketed
He was-
running that fast
And
through a school zone.
here's what I think we need to consider that people are just overlooking, which is weird because we've all seen sports movies. I think that Daniel Jones has inherited some sort of spell. He's either been cursed or blessed with, like, he can go 40 miles per hour. Because what we saw there was a man who's, like, just trying it out for the first time, but his feet can't keep up with how fast he can go, which is why he fell. So sure, we could laugh at him because it was a ridiculous thing that should have ended in a touchdown and instead ended in laughter. But I think the important thing is this man has superpowers, and we're just seeing a glimpse of it now.
I love Pablo, just the roaring giants on both sidelines, just snorting up laughter into the cold air, laughing at him, even the guys on his team. I mean, this is what we're going to remember from last night.
It is a first ballot Hall of Meme induction. When you go to the box score of this game, they should just throw this video up there because other things that are interesting happened, right? The Giants did lose. They did blow a giant comeback. Carson Wentz looked fine. Daniel Dimes himself lost the game at the very end because he got strip sacked, which I thought was the most embarrassing compound verb until we saw whatever you'd call this 80-yard faceplant. And for the record, we're also overlooking something else. I think there should be a job, and that job should be fake injury advisor to every NFL team. Because as soon as this happened, as soon as you face plant,
you got
you
to.
grab a
Everyone's got to
leg.
come out. Fake an injury.
Grab
Throw the
your
ambulance
leg.
out. Prayer circle. Prayer circle.
Yes.
Then we'd have trouble laughing if you threw out an emergency prayer circle.
Oh, hold on, it's still burning.
Be a friend.
Ooh.
Be a friend
have
and
to
sell
do
that guy. Put him on a
You
cart.
have to.
Have him
You
cry.
have to.
Bite down on a towel.
Yeah, take a knee.
But Dan, there was an even greater video that I saw last night. And it's this.
What do you mean? No, it's not greater than that. Oh, yes. Mi gente. Mi gente. Mi gente. No. Se tropezó.
No se puede, Dan.
He said
No se puede. is
Se
what they were chanting.
tropezó.
Does that mean
Daniel
no,
Jones.
he can't?
Ay, Dios
Caca.
mío.
Oh,
Nunca.
peste. Que peste.
Camarones.
I'm
Biblioteca.
saying what a great stink. You're saying shrimp.
Which undefeated team do you believe in more? Big Ben's Steelers or Derrick Henry's Titans?
All right, the producers of this show basically have this question for us. Will you guys please talk about the big game? And they've dressed it up in Halloween week here. They've dressed it up as
Is
an
it
argument
Halloween week?
between which of these undefeated teams. It's the important game of the weekend, and Big Ben is playing not recklessly. He has not, over the years, had great road home splits. I don't know what the road splits are going to look like in this weird of a year, but they've got him not turning the ball over, playing the game safely. Pittsburgh factory produces wide receivers over the last 15 years, going back to Hines Ward. And Tennessee is interesting to me, fascinating, because Ryan Tannehill, a quarterback anyone in the sport could have had, he had to take a backup job behind Marcus Mariota, is the reason that that team is winning. I know we want to make it Derrick Henry's team again and again, but they are getting extraordinary quarterback play, best in the league quarterback play from a guy who's playing up there with the Russell Wilsons and the Mahomes and the Aaron Rodgerses.
And that's why I'm kind of all in on the Titans in this game in specific and possibly in general, because if you gave me two details, Dan, two details about any head coach ever, and those two details are, number one, oversaw the season's largest coronavirus outbreak, and number two, once volunteered to cut off his own penis to make a Super Bowl, I would tell you that that gentleman is not a smart coach. But Mike Vrabel is, in fact, perhaps the shiniest fruit on Bill Belichick's coaching tree. He is the shiniest, most delicious apple. He is really smart, really clever. He is doing clock management things I don't understand. All I understand about him, Katie Nolan, is that that guy is somehow really good at coaching in spite of every other bit of evidence that I should have about a guy who did all those things.
And it's also worth noting, it feels inappropriate to bring up on a sports television show, but he does still have the aforementioned body part that you referenced.
Did not win a Super
if we're
Bowl.
important to noting things about him, he does
has not
have
yet
it.
won a Super Bowl.
But
Give
I'm
him
just
time.
saying, people are going
Give
to
him
forget
time.
that he said that, and then we're going to come upon this season, especially on a show where we're talking about potential magical powers and curses in the works here. If he's going to go, we have to keep in mind that guy should be watched. We just got to make sure he's not going to do something drastic in order to get to the Super Bowl. I know I'm not alone in this, that it's so hard for me to trust them. Weirdly, I was always picking them in games. I thought I understood them. I'd be like, they're definitely going to lose, or they're definitely going to win, or they're going to win, but not by that much. You'll take them with the points. I live in New Jersey. Either way, I just got to a point where I never got it right. There was something about them that was just always zigging when I thought they were going to zag. But if there were a person who could believe in the Titans, I feel like now's the time. Since Tannehill took over as a starter, which I think was week 7 of last season, 78% of their trips to the red zone have turned into touchdowns. That's wild. They're crazy good in the red zone. Vrabel is doing weird, potentially mystical, allegedly, things. And I feel like they are a team to believe in. Now, the Steelers, Ben Roethlisberger is playing like we maybe didn't expect him to. He's getting the ball out faster than any other quarterback in the league. And so with all that information, I trust neither team. I choose to trust neither.
Wow. Okay. Wow. That was a lot of words for undefeated. I don't trust either
of them. Everything's weird this year.
You really neutered your point, and also possibly Mike.
He neutered himself.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Cam Newton said he just hasn't been good this year. Do you see him turning it around this weekend?
Okay, we always have a question here for Katie and her beloved Patriots. And Cam Newton this year, I think, just suffered one of the weirdest losses none of us saw coming. Denver going into Foxborough, playing sloppy, turning the ball over. And next thing you know, even though the Patriots had plenty of chances to win in that game, Cam Newton ends up losing at the end, 4th and 10. They're sending 7 guys at him, and he doesn't have any answers. But, Katie, New England has a skill position problem. Tom Brady left there, I think, because he knew they had a skill position problem that was making his job even harder than it needed to be. And you look at what's happening with the Patriots. Cam Newton can be better. I'm not sure, though, that you could scheme your way into better skill guys.
Well, they did a little bit for a while there on a pretty long run. Look, Patriots fans for years, when it was at its best, were always like, at some point, this is going to stop. We are not going to have this anymore. So we should enjoy it while we do. We thought potentially that we would lose Bill and Tom. They would retire potentially in the same year, and we would have to have a new coach and a new quarterback and figure it all out. And that didn't happen. Not only did that not happen, we got a good quarterback who just hasn't quarterbacked in a minute. And Belichick has to change the system that we run to better suit this new quarterback. So my point is, we're fine. The Patriots are fine, and Patriots fans are fine, but we're so used to the Patriots being excellent that we're like, oh no, what's going on with the Patriots? The goal for this year should be just don't embarrass me. And as long as the NFC East exists, I'm fine with it. Let them figure it out.
That's the bar now, Katie. That's the bar for fine, is avoiding a basic form of humiliation. I mean, the thing about Belichick right now, if I really wanted to troll him, which I may proceed to do because Katie's on this show, like, we're at a real inflection point in terms of his genius, right? The Cam Newton signing has been, until that Broncos game, I think, the genius that we've expected from Bill Belichick. But now as we see, like, okay, wait a minute, Cam Newton really isn't throwing the ball that well. The receivers can't really separate. They're losing to the Broncos and then blaming practice. This seems to be a big question mark. And in fact, if you're looking at this matchup specifically, Katie, I'm just wondering if playing the 49ers and Jimmy Garoppolo stirs up any other nervousness inside of you, because what Cam Newton also is dealing with this weekend is one of these incredibly strange, like, pseudo-familial dynamics where Bill Belichick very famously, because he's a genius, shipped off Jimmy Garoppolo like down the Nile River like he's the Prince of Egypt so he can have a better life somewhere else. And it turned out to put him in San Francisco, and now they have to see each other and all that handsomeness all the time.
Egypt.
Yeah, he's a Moses
You're
figure.
talking
He's
about
a
him
Moses
as if Jimmy
figure.
Garoppolo's having a fantastic season and looks incredible, and I don't know if that's the case.
How dare you say that Jimmy Garoppolo does not look incredible?
I mean,
Coming up next on my son's TV show.
Is this sustainable?
couldn't be a hockey clip. I thought for a second it might be a clip
This
of
is-
hockey.
Yeah, this is a small sample size. Small sample size. Yeah, eventually this is going to go poorly.
Oh, no.
Do you question whether this Ducks strategy is sustainable?
All right, very good. Now we're in the good part of the show.
This is the show I know,
seeing
yeah.
Whether a duck has a good strategy here. Let's see. Is this sustainable?
Couldn't be a hockey clip. I thought for a second it might be a clip
This
of
is-
hockey.
Yeah, this is a small sample size. Small sample size. Yeah, eventually this is going to go poorly.
Oh, no.
I mean, what's he trying to do?
Yeah, he needs to get out of there.
That's remarkable, though.
Yeah, but he needs to get out of there. He needs to take flight. He needs to stop fooling around. Oh, now he's just bleeping with the tiger. See,
Oh
that's
my
a good move. Now
God.
get out of there.
It was about
Yeah,
to
but
backfire.
It
looked
ends
like he
with the
was
tiger
about to-
having feathers in its
Yes.
mouth, right? We cut out of that early.
Is there something about I'm not a specialist on ducks. They can get out of the water, correct? Why was he still in the water?
He may have been wounded again. We just want to have fun with the clip and get out before the tiger invariably and inevitably eats the duck. We just wanted to get out before that.
I am an expert on ducks, and that duck can, in fact, get out of that water. So
Yeah, so get out of the
You're
water,
welcome.
duck.
Do you question if chivalry is worth it?
Okay, let's see what awful
What's up?
thing.
I'm sorry, what's up?
Let the men talk here, please. We will decide
Thank
whether
you.
chivalry is. This is a man's world, Katie. You stay out of this conversation for a second. Is it worth it? Let's see what we have here. Oh,
Deja que
no.
pase, weón, ojalá que se caigan, weón, que lo estamos grabando.
Oh,
Oh my god.
that is a terrible idea. Poorly
Man.
Why did you even
executed.
try that?
incredible structural integrity, though, on that branch.
Can
Really
we,
did hold up.
Can we go back for a second? I want you guys, please, to drink in slow motion the guy's face. Watch the guy's face when he puts it right here.
They were
dog is
going
concerned.
they were going for that like shot in the Lion King of like Simba and Pumbaa and Timon like crossing the bridge, and then he just caught it right in the
We
right,
always,
right
it's
in
like
the
we
Pumbaa.
always seem to forget that like someone's filming this, which means they knew that this was
Not
probably
helping,
going to happen.
not
You don't take
helping.
out your camera to cross a river. You do it because you know something's going to happen. Also, shout out to that thick dog. I don't know if you saw at the beginning when he's about
Yeah,
to go
that
across the
dog.
river.
That
Wait,
dog
wait,
was
wait.
there at the beginning, the middle,
show
and
me
the
that.
end.
Show me that thick dog.
Look at that
Ooh.
thick.
No, but look, the dog has no problem getting over there. And then the dog is the first one here. He's the first one back.
Look
Yeah.
at him. I love my curvy
A
dog.
real hero.
Wow. Shaking his tail in all the
That's
right
right.
ways.
Oh, Pablo.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, his junk on some wooden bridge in some far off land, I think. Maybe it was America. I don't know where it was. Regardless, we go to the World Series. Tyler Glass now, he pitched in game 1. He's got a story on Instagram about Mookie Betts and the tacos, the stealing of bases that got America tacos. Ah, there it is. Okay. Very simple. He's for allowing a stolen base.
Wow.
There he is. Yes, $1.49. The Dorito, yes, the Dorito
But the
taco.
loco, is it a free Doritos Loco taco or is it a
Yes,
free
it's
taco?
supposed to be a free Doritos.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, see, it's a good one. You thought it was a little 49 or 59 center, but it's $1.59. Pablo, are
free.
you intrigued?
I am not intrigued because while I am very intrigued by this World Series, which is quietly really good, my parents didn't come to this country for taco handouts. We came here to earn our own tacos. So Tyler Glass,
my
now
God.
keep your privileged taco, please.
Wow. Okay. Not where I was
Wow.
expecting that to go. Katie, are you intrigued?
I mean, no, but it is a good World Series. I can't do it. I can't watch Mookie Betts and the Dodgers. I just can't.
Oh, it hurts
I
too
can't-
much.
Oh, yeah.
I
It
can't
hurts,
wake up
right.
every day with a new notification from ESPN that's like,